Hey guys, on the second Tuesday of every month, I'll be reading your guys' stories that you submit in. You can email storyforberkeley@gmail.com. Next month's prompt is, what's the scariest thing that has ever happened to you? Oh, and I keep your name 100% anonymous. Alright, now let's get to today's topic. Hello and welcome back. I am so pumped to start this video. My heart is racing. I am so ready. I kind of glanced at your guys' stories of what you've already written in, but I haven't read them all the way through. So I'm very excited to see what you guys have to say. I thought to start out this video, though, I will tell you guys my nicest thing anyone has ever done for me story, just to kind of loosen up and get the feel of how this is going to go. The nicest thing that has ever happened to me was I was going on a trip with Ben to go to Alabama, and I had to leave 2 days earlier to catch a flight home for a function with my family. And so it was my first time riding on a plane, first time ever really being in an airport, first time with all of it, okay? And so Ben dropped me off, and I went inside, and I was already panicking because I was terrified to get on a plane and just all the emotions. But I got in line, and I kind of started realizing I didn't have my ticket, but I just didn't understand. I was like, maybe I do, because, they told me that I did. I don't know. So I didn't know what was going on. So I was about to have a straight-on panic attack in the middle of this airport. And I was in line, and I just honestly started bawling my eyes out. But I looked up, and I saw my knight in shining armor, Ben Rowland, running towards me, because he just felt like something was not right. He felt like he left me empty-handed. He felt like things were just not in order when he dropped me off. So he saved my life that day. He checked me in. Apparently I wasn't checked in, and he just got me all situated. And that was just so nice. People who just have a feeling and do it, even if it might possibly embarrass them or humiliate them, or, they're just wrong and I was fine. At least they just try and see if their intuition is right. And his intuition was right. So always listen to your gut and look after your friends and your family, and just always trust your gut, because that was just so sweet. Okay, now let's get to the good stories, okay? You guys really came through on this one. I just have a feeling. So let's just dive right in. One of the nicest things someone has done for me was when I was going through a really hard time, a friend woke up early on her day off to hang out before I went to work. I work an early morning shift, so she had to wake up at 2 a.m. to meet me. Wow, okay. She brought her dogs with her too, which was my first time meeting them. One of my most cherished moments for sure. 2 a.m? That is early. Wow. That is really sweet, and she's definitely a morning person, because I would never. That is so sweet. Honestly, I loved the video you made on my 19th birthday. I cried. Many nice things have been done and said to me throughout my 23 years, but one of the top nicest things said or done for me was by a high school teacher slash coach. All throughout high school, I didn't have much support from family, teachers, church leaders, or from my community. It also didn't help I had a complete opposite set of beliefs, values, and morals than those who I was surrounded by in high school. I never truly felt heard or understood in high school until my senior year. Senior year, I was enrolled in a class that discussed current social political issues in the world. I don't think that was the intended purpose for the class, but the teacher did not give two fucks. Heck yes. He felt that it was important for those things to be taught and discussed. This class became my favorite. I was actually singled out in the class by other peers because of my opposite beliefs. Wow, that's so rude. But this teacher always gave me full support. I felt heard and understood for once. This teacher had noticed I didn't have much support, and I felt very excluded. He made it a point to ensure to me that I was heard and my opinion mattered. That whole year, this teacher supported me, discussed important issues, and gave me such good guidance on what I want for my future. When it was the end of the year and it was time to graduate, I had this teacher write in my yearbook. He asked for me to leave it with him, and he would give it back to me by the end of the day. I picked up my yearbook before I left the school for my last time ever, and did not read what he wrote until I got home from graduation later that night. The patience you have. What he wrote has stuck with me since. He said, I hope you have gained as much knowledge from this class and me as I have from you. I have watched you grow all throughout high school, and am so grateful I could have been a part of that journey. Never forget what I have taught you this year. The way you look at the world is very different from the people in this town. I know they have made you feel many negative things and have made you wish you could be different, but I am telling you now, don't change. Wow, that's so sweet. The world needs to have more people who view the world the way you do. You have so much of this world you need to see and experience, but this world also needs to experience you. Don't let anyone take your voice away. Don't conform to those around you. You have fought hard these last 4 years. It is time for you to find the place who loves you for you. Leave this town, experience the world, let the world experience you, learn to love yourself, spread love everywhere you go, and never look back. I cannot wait to see all of the successes, failures, and life you make for yourself. But what I truly am most excited to see is what you will be giving to those people surrounding you, your community, and this world. Since that message, I have held on to it I cannot read. Since that message, I have held on to it since and have never let it go. Can we all just snap? That is so nice. Honestly, teachers who can recognize that somebody is being bullied or just mistreated and actually make an effort to make you feel included are teachers that just are completely need to be more cherished. I don't know. I feel like I kind of felt that way in high school sometimes, and whenever that one teacher just saw me for me, it just meant way more than anything. So I'm so glad that teacher was there for you. That was so sweet. Okay. Stuck around. Straight to the point, just how I like it. I agree. I think that there's something very meaningful with people who just stick around. It means it's so nice. It's just nice whenever you have that friend group and that family member that just really just gets you and just sticks around. Making me a sweatshirt with a side eye emoji. Yeah, I made my friend a sweatshirt with a group of girls that I hang out with, and I'm glad that you like that sweatshirt because we worked really hard on it, so I'm glad that made you smile and put you in a good mood. My brother would close my curtains for me when I was out past dark without me asking. Best brother award. That is so sweet. The fact that your little brother just walked into your room and then went and shut the blinds just so you could have a good night's rest. You guys have just keep surrounding yourself with these people because they look like they're treating you very well. My friends allowed me to stay with them during my darkest time. I'm so happy that you had somebody to stay with you during your darkest time. That can be rough. I had a one-day tournament in Texas for soccer. My mom couldn't go because she had stuff to do. One of my teammates was also doing that tournament, and we were on the same team. Him and his dad had offered to take me there and back. That is so nice. Honestly, I will never forget not being able to drive and having to ask people, but that person that just offered it up and you didn't have to ask. It's so nice, and it's just a small act of kindness that goes such a long way. The nicest thing anyone has ever done for me was provide a roof over my head when I needed it most. I spent the last 6 months of my marriage pleading with my husband every day to be willing to work through our issues together through therapy. I should have left way before I did. Anytime I brought up therapy, he refused. He called me a bitch, make a mess of our apartment after I cleaned it, tell me to leave him, and hit things around me to make me afraid of him. I didn't realize that I was being abused. I am so sorry. Oh my gosh. When it got to the point where I couldn't hide what was going on anymore, I confided in a friend. That friend told a lady named Molly what I was going through. I didn't know Molly. I'd met her once, but I didn't know her. She had gone through the same thing, though, with the baby. She got my number and started messaging me. That turned into telling me I could move in with her husband, and her daughter. And eventually I did. Once I got the courage to leave him, Molly was the first person I told. She didn't owe me anything, but she gave me everything that I needed. I lived with her for a few weeks until I found a place of my own. But I still come over once a week for sleepovers. Stop. That's so sweet. Our relationship has grown into something so beautiful, and I'm so grateful to have her in my life. I can't wait to give back in the same way that Molly did for me one day. First off, I am so sorry that you went through that. I can't even imagine having to make that decision to get up and leave, and I am so proud that you did. I am so happy to hear that you are somewhere safe, and you are powerful, and I'm personally am so proud of you, and if you ever need anyone, I'm here. I just want you to know I'm going to be thinking about that story a lot, and I'm just so thankful for Molly. I think we all can agree that we are thankful for Molly. When I was going through a divorce and had zero money, my ex-wife's best friend's dad paid for me to go to therapy. Wait, hold on. My ex-wife's best friend's dad paid for me to go to therapy? Humanity has been restored. That is so sweet. And therapy is not cheap, people. Therapy is not cheap. So the fact that he was willing to pay for that, So kind, so sweet. Okay, I think I'm actually going to end it on this one. So, enjoy. What is the nicest thing someone has done for me? This question haunted me because I knew it would unfortunately be the opposite of what everyone expects. Everyone expects this answer to be a friend who bought them flowers or held them when they cried, a significant other who proposed, or maybe a parent that went above and beyond for them when they had nowhere else to go. My answer is none of those things. In fact, it seems wrong to even write this, but nevertheless, consider this a love letter to anyone who is left. For a little or a while, depending on the person, I suppose, you were a part of me. Maybe you even did some of the nice things that people usually think of when asked the question, what's the nicest thing anyone has ever done for you? Consider it cynical, or negative, or twisted, because perhaps it is. You were a part of me, and eventually I come to think that you were me. No separation, two bodies, one mind, but one day you decided it wasn't worth loving anymore. At first I was shattered, merely a ghost of who I used to be, the happy person everyone likes to see, took a vacation until further notice. Ooh. That was good. Okay. I thought our minds were one, so if you thought I wasn't worth loving, then it must be true. But one day I woke up and decided that even if you didn't think I was worth it, that someone had to, and it might as well be me. I may have crawled and gripped and clawed my way back again, but I am here. And it seems that I no longer need your love, or your niceness, or acceptance anymore, because there was a day that I decided that life is life, but that I have to be the one to decide that it's worth living for. All that to say, I want to thank anyone who has ever left me. It's the nicest thing anyone has ever done, and it doesn't warm my heart, but it taught me things that love never could. I have to decide that I am worth living. That was beautiful. That is honestly really also, like, I relate heavily on that poem because, I feel like we all go through waves of friendships and losing friend groups, or just trying to find ourselves. And the fact that you explained that so elegantly and personal and beautifully, that you have to, be there for yourself. And the nicest thing anyone has ever done for you is to leave. And honestly, I agree. Whenever those people leave your life, they allow you to get back on track and, pursue the things that are true to you. And it was good that they left. You guys, this was so fun. I think that's a good place to stop, honestly. You guys, that was so good. Thank you so much for writing in. It really means a lot to me, and this was just such a good time, and I can't wait to just continue this series and doing them once a month. If you missed at the first part of the video, next month's prompt is, what is the scariest thing that has ever happened to you? And that could be, anything that was just traumatic or scary. And yeah, so make sure to submit your stories. Again, it's at storyforberkeley@gmail.com. Send them there. And I will also be sharing like an Instagram post. So follow me on Instagram. It's berkleyrowland. And I will always put like the prompt like 2 days before the video, before I like record it. So make sure to, subscribe, like, follow, do all that good stuff so you can keep up. And yeah, again, thank you so much. This was so fun. And I will see you guys next Tuesday. Bye.